Today I want to talk about Surging Sparks, how strong of a set it actually is, how overhyped it is right now, and a few other aspects of it. Personally, I thought before the set came out that it was a very strong set, if not the strongest set in this era. Obviously, besides 151 and Prismatic Evolutions. We're just talking about the main sets here, out of the main sets with booster boxes. I think maybe it is just a bit overhyped right now due to the scarcity of the product and just a tiny bit of manipulation going on with people flooding to get the box. It's gonna, so scarce to get and gonna go up in price and whatnot. But I think if you take that away, it's still a strong set just based off the contents inside. There's a price chart of Surging Sparks, where it started, where it's headed now, and you can see the price increase. It was at like 120 USD before, and now it's at 210. Obviously due to the scarcity and whatnot, but it's pretty crazy to see. If you compare it to Twilight Masquerade, it took, any set really from Scarlet and Violet main sets, it took a while for them, but Twilight Masquerade was the fastest, maybe even to really ramp up to where it is now. And it only took a couple of months. Twilight Masquerade came out this year, and obviously there's some of the same things, and that's considered to be a strong set itself. And if you look at this one and compare the two, you can really see the differences. So I'm going to go into the sets themselves and the cards. Okay, so we have some of the cards here, and you can just see, just off the bat, based off value, you have no other set that's like this. Obviously, it's really scarce right now, so it's obviously contributing to these prices. But, if you just look at the cards themselves, you have a Pikachu chase card, you have a Latias, you have another gold Pikachu there, the Melodic, like the Hydreigon, the Arts, the Secret Rares are all nice. The Jasmines, Lycias, these are all very strong cards. Pikachu in the set, and it's going to be a strong set. Besides Vivid Voltage, obviously, but Vivid Voltage, it was kind of the same hype, but it was the same type of idea where you had low print, and then they flooded it, and now it's nothing. I don't think people realize just how many Chase Pikachu cards we've gotten in main sets. Like, we've gotten a lot of Pikachu cards. They'll throw them in here and there. You have 151. It wasn't a secret rare though. It was just an illustration rare. You have some other Pikachus, commons, uncommons, rares, whatever. But to have a Chase Pikachu at the forefront of a set, but also have all these other cards behind it, yeah, and then make it a pull rate hard for that. You can talk about art all day, whether or not people will debate how nice is this Pikachu. Is it it's twerking, whatever, but it's a Pikachu at the end of the day. It's hard to pull, and I think that's one of the main contributors to a strong set. Look at Charizard. You throw a Charizard in the set, and it's automatically a good set because you have a Charizard because people chase for it. And I think the art contributes to it, but the art not as much as the actual Pokemon. You could put the nicest looking Caterpie with the most mind-blowing art of all time and as the forefronter, and replace this Pikachu with it, and the Caterpie will be like $10. Now you look at Twilight Masquerade here, and you get the Greninja. A lot of people were saying the art wasn't that nice, and they say that. I think you see that everywhere before the set comes out. But look at the card now. It's because it's Greninja, and and people call this a really strong set because of the Greninja and the Eevee. The Eevee art's nice, but it's also an Eevee. Like, you can look at the main cards and you can see why the set is strong, and it's mostly because of the Pokemon. And that's just the way it is. The demand for it. 151, it had nice arts. Prismatic Evolutions, beautiful arts. Like the Scarlet and Violet era, I think it adds to that. Like, they're making their arts really nice, which is really, really great. But at the same time, they're introducing these sets that have these Pokemon that everyone wants. And to end it off, I just wanted to bring everyone's attention to the actual Pikachus that have been released. We haven't gotten many Pikachus in main sets that have been actual chase cards for the set. You have the Gold Star one, the shiny one from years ago, 20 years ago plus, and obviously it's a ridiculous one, chase card. But if you scroll down, a lot of expensive Pikachus are just promos. And for a main set to have a Pikachu with it, that's the chase card, and have depth to the set, other cards that are main chase cards too that everyone wants, makes it a very strong set. And I think that's why it's different from Vivid Voltage. You have the Pikachu here. Look, it's one of the strongest. The next ones you have the gold one, and besides that, I mean, you look into the Vivid Voltage one here, next one, and a lot of these are just promos. You have the tag team one. They'll release a lot of Pikachus that are commons, uncommons, promos, whatnot, but there's not many that are released that are actual chase cards for the set. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a chase Pikachu. You have the melodic, you have other stuff. It makes it really strong. I think the hype is there. I think the hype is, for the most part, warranted. I think it's a really, really good set. I think it's the strongest set, arguably, of the whole era. Actually, I'm not going to say arguably. I think it's the strongest set. And besides 151 and Prismatic Evolutions. So that's my kind of analysis on this set. Do I think that this set is overhyped a bit due to the scarcity of the product? Do I think if it's once more is printed and it'll still be highly regarded? Yes. Do I still think it'll be higher priced than base set, Scarlet Violet, whatnot? Yes. And I think it's a strong set. I think it's really good. And looking forward to Trastal Festival, those sets too. Next year is going to bring some more really good sets. So by the end of the year, I don't know where this will hold up, but for now, I think it's at the top.